Hello, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Minecraft Exploration with your friend the Stone Warden. Glad to see you, glad you're here. Last episode, we were completely blown away by this absolutely beautiful, gorgeous seed that we found. And I have set up camp here in what I'm affectionately calling the valley. So, have a little fenced in bed area. That way I can sleep without being accosted, and also have a vegetable garden also fenced in, and that's it. That's pretty much all we've done. I've decorated with a little bit of flowers and some hay bales that we found over in the village, but that is it. So what are we going to do today? Well, first up, my vegetables need to be harvested, and I planted them in rows because they grow faster that way. So in between episodes, I did harvest some of the vegetables some of the time, just a couple of quick harvests there. But yeah, basically I just need to get the food situation to a place where there's a comfortable amount of food. That way we can go caving, we can go exploring, we can raise livestock, whatever it is that we need to do that requires food. Go ahead and get a respectable amount saved up in our storage system, which I will show you here in just a quick second. Alright, so harvested the vegetables, and we ended up with some extra carrots, some wheat, one of these poisonous potatoes. As far as I know, there's nothing really we can do with those other than just throw them away, and a few extra wheat seeds. So I did grab the composter from the village over there, or maybe I made this one. I can't remember. I think I grabbed it. Yeah, borrowed. We'll just say we borrowed it. But the composter is great because I can stand here and throw all these extra seeds in, and after so many seeds go in, a bone meal will pop out. There you go. And bone meal is great for a few things. It's great for growing. It's great for decorating, as you can see. So let's see. For example, we throw a bone meal there. Oh yeah, grows the grass, the flowers, and all that good stuff. So bone meal's good. We'll hang on to that. So I set up our storage system just here at the start. And the reason I did it this way is because I have some very specific goals in mind. Things that need to be accomplished and need to be accomplished as soon as possible. So we're going to need some wooden building blocks, different wood types. So we're going to talk about oak, maybe some of the cherry wood. I think there are spruce trees on top of that mountain there. So we're going to collect a few different types of wooden building blocks so that we can build with wood. Also stone. One of the nicest combos in Minecraft is a stone wood combo. I mean, they play well together, so we need to collect some stone. So whether that's cobblestone, regular stone, deep slate, granite, whatever it may be, we're going to throw those in that. That's very important. We need to get those going quickly. Ores, these are of the utmost importance. We need iron armor, an iron pickaxe, and the other things like coal and all that good stuff. So those are going to go into this chest here. This is for enchanting. So I need diamonds, obsidian, leather, and some sugar cane. Of course, the leather and sugar cane are for books, and we use the books to make bookshelves. We'll talk about that in the enchanting episode. Also want to set up some automatic farms, and for that we'll need redstone, quartz, glass, among some of the other building blocks. Then I have this box here to throw all the mob drops into. So if it's a mob, whether it's aggressive or not, so if it's wool, if it's string, bones, arrows, TNT, all that good stuff, I'm going to throw in here in this, and then this will be my food chest. So we want to fill this up with lots of food. So anyway, set up just this little fenced in area. It is not nice, it is not fancy, it is just primarily safety. I think the goal with this will ultimately be to turn this into a livestock pen after I build the house. Great segue. One of the things that needs to happen soon, whether it happens in this episode or the next, I'm not sure, probably next, but just surveying the land area. This mountain is sure to be full of caves and treasures and ores and all of the great and wonderful things we need. So one of the first things I'm going to do is go set up a mine system over here in this mountain because it is just absolutely massive. There are some exposed caves over here on this side, but the way the village generated, I think, kind of cut into that hill right there, and that's why that looks weird. But I'm going to start over here just because it's close to our valley homestead situation. Now, I'm thinking for a starter house just to have 4 walls, a roof, and a little bit of storage. You know, maybe a place to upgrade armor and all that good stuff. I'm thinking in this area here. And then, yeah, I'm thinking just a quick house here, and then we can add a few extra farms in. So, yeah, so that's the goal for today. We're going to start with a mining operation and then move into the house. Okay, and last thing before I head out and go mining, this is the way that I farm trees. Of course, this is a manual farm situation, but in essence what I'll do is I'll take the oak saplings that I have, find a clear little area here, and then just do 9, 10 in a row, 12 in a row, something like that. So I put them in a row, and the reason I do that is because when you come back with the axe, you get this solid wall of wood. Well, it has varying heights inside of it because trees spawn with varying height, but you kind of get the solid wall that you can just sort of chop through. So when you get all the logs out and just leave the leaves, of course, they're going to disintegrate, and that's where you'll get the sticks and more saplings and all that good stuff from. So I like to hang out for another minute or so rather than just chop and run, grab a few more saplings. But again, I do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, because it's quicker, it's easier to have it close to base. Number 2, I could go chop down all those trees in the background, but then I wouldn't have any trees in the background. So this is much easier, quicker, simpler. I think is just plant a row of trees, and they will have a nice, fun row to chop down whenever it's ready. Now, things you want to be aware of when you're doing that is that for trees to grow, they cannot be obstructed. Okay, so if we put a block or something right here, this tree's not going to grow, of course. And so it's within a couple blocks. Ooh, he popped up right away, didn't he? So it's within a couple blocks of the sapling, and it will ignore other trees and leaves. So you can't have anything else in that range. However, other trees and other leaves don't matter, which is why they're able to grow in a straight row like that. Also of note, if you have too many saplings, they can also be put into the composter. Looking for a good place to set up the mine operation. Tempted to go ahead and hop in this hole, although that's going to be pretty dangerous. This one looks a little bit more respectable, although, wow, there's a lot of spiders hanging out down there. Should we turn this into the mine entrance? Perhaps. I see iron already. Lots of creepers. Zombies. Yeah, that place is chock full of danger and disaster. Couple things about traveling. So leaving home, even if it's just a few blocks to go set something else up. You have a home bed. If you right click that bed, it's going to set your respawn point here. And if you die, then we come back and we wake up right here again, minus our stuff. If we break this bed and take it with us and then die, that is no longer a respawn point because we broke it, and then we'll end up back over at world spawn. In this world, that's not that bad because world spawn's just right around the corner over there. However, if we're off 1,000 blocks or something, then we'll end up back here whether we want to or not. So whenever I travel, whenever I leave home, I always leave a bed here, and then I try to take a travel bed with me. So that way, if I have to sleep, I don't have to run all the way back to the house. So when I set up a mine, I like to make it look a little aesthetically pleasing, right? And so since our house is going to be right there and we're going to be looking at this mine here, what I want to do is start off and go straight forward for a little while and see if I can pick up some of the ores that generate higher up in the world, like the coal and the iron that we're looking for. And then what I typically do is create a branch that might go up higher into the mountain to see what else I can find up there, and another branch that goes deeper down to the bottom of the world. The reason we go to the bottom of the world is because diamonds can be found there. Diamonds are something that generate more at lower depths, and so they used to be pretty hard to find, although after the last couple of updates, diamonds seem to be a little bit more plentiful. But diamonds are not our first target, because we can't even get diamonds. Even if I were to find diamonds, I need an iron pickaxe, and so I need to have a little bit more iron in the inventory, in savings, before I'm able to actually go and grab some diamonds. So next upgrade is going to be iron. Keep in mind, these torches provide a light level of 15 at this block. Every block you go away from that, it reduces by 1. So 15 goes to 14, goes to 13, goes to 12, goes to 11, goes to 10, goes to 9, 8, etc. And so you want to make sure that the light level from the torches doesn't dip below 1. So you don't want a light level of 0, because that will allow mobs to spawn. Okay, now this stuff that I'm pulling out of the wall is copper. It's an interesting block. It has been around for a while, although only recently really became very useful. So we'll do some talking about copper when we're ready to use it. Now, as I get a little bit deeper into this mine situation, what I like to do is keep the hallway at 3x3, and then, like I said, do branches in different directions off of the hallway. Once I get a little ways in, I start to get a little concerned that, especially if it's raining or dark outside, that there will be some sort of mob, like a creeper, that will generate, spawn, and then wander in and take me out while my back is turned, right? I don't want to be in here working and then, something bad happened. So typically what I do to start the mine off is just, once I get a little ways in and get a little bit started, I'll do the gateway of the entryway. And since it's the entrance to a mine, we don't want a bunch of dirt over here. What would be piled up outside of a mine but some stone? So as I pull stone out, maybe I'll replace some of these blocks. And one of the earliest and also best Minecraft building tips that I can give you is, flat is boring. When a build has too many flat surfaces and perfect corners that connect, it just looks fake and false and not authentic. So we want to take every opportunity to use block variants to give some texture to our builds. You want to make sure that there's as much depth and variation in that build as possible. So one of the best tools for that is the slab. You can take some blocks and throw them across the middle of a crafting table, or you can use a stone cutter to get those slabs, but you put those across the middle and pull those slabs out. Slabs are an interesting variant because you can place them on the top half, but also the bottom half of a block, and consequently, when a slab is placed on the bottom half of a block, it becomes non-spawnable. So mobs cannot spawn when a slab is placed on the lower half of a block. So use those to give your build some texture and some life. Okay, so this is a block called gravel. It is best mined with a shovel. However, there is a little bit of a trick. So if gravel and sand will fall, So one of the tricks there is if it falls to this block and there's something already here like a torch, they will all mine out. And so a lot of times you'll have a block of gravel like this with multiple. And so if you can make it all fall, boom, 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 onto the torch, then you can just harvest it without having to waste the durability of tools or anything of that nature. So just a little tip when you find gravel. And gravel is one of those blocks that I think has a really great texture to it, and makes for a good addition to paths and sort of ground, that sort of thing. It looks like stone, but has a little bit different texture to it. So I sort of like to throw gravel in on the ground. Plus you get that sort of crunchy walk noise when you walk on it. So yeah, the entrance to the mine there is a bunch of gravel. Okay, so step one, set up an entrance to the mine, and of course the aesthetic part is optional, but I do care how things look in this world, and I do care about safety. So again, just so that I don't worry about having my back turned to the entrance as I'm in here mining things out, I went ahead and added the fence at the beginning, so that way I don't have to worry about anything sneaking in. Let's say I forgot to sleep, that sort of thing. So now that the entrance is set up and I feel good about the aesthetics of it, something that we're going to be looking at for quite a while. Looks like a mine, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. What I'm going to do is set up the entryway. So when you go in, one of the most important things is as I dig, and especially when I start digging in a downward direction, there's going to be plenty of blocks to pull out of here. And so do I want to, every time my inventory fills up, do I want to run back over to our storage situation over there? Not too far of a walk. Or do I want to have some storage here in the entrance to the mine? That way I don't have to worry about running all the way back every time my inventory fills up, which is probably going to be pretty quickly. Short answer, I like to have some storage here in the entryway. Okay, so here's my storage area. Throw a couple coal in there, no big deal. Running low on wood already. We spent a lot of wood on making the entrance look nice. But now what I'm going to do that I feel safe is make a few more torches since we're running pretty low on those. And continue digging. Probably the first andesite we've gotten in this world. Yep. How far back to take this main hallway? Honestly, not too far. I don't think it's important to have a 3x3 hallway that's too crazy long. So what I want to do now is let's go here. Yeah, let's go here. Come off the main hallway and put a little room just for security reasons. One of the things you'll find out as you continue with me in the series is that I'm infinitely concerned about security and safety and well-being. So I'm also interested in making everything look nice. So what I like to do is come off here with a little room. This is 3x3. Maybe we make it 5x5, and then begin the descent downward. I was hoping to have found a little bit more iron before heading down, but Yeah, we'll go. The main concern is that I know what's going to happen is once we get deeper into this mountain, we're going to run into caves like we ran into outside. They're going to be full of mobs, and currently, I really don't have any. One, two, three, four, five, and I really don't have any good. I don't have any armor on at all. We haven't talked about armor. I have the stone axe that I use to chop trees as my only weapon. A bow would be very nice, especially when it comes to dealing with skeletons that also have bows. So yeah, I'm not super thrilled about going caving at the moment. Um, if I continue to just dig, we should be fine. Spawn should be limited, and I shouldn't have to deal with much. But as soon as I go into an open cave where mobs have had the ability to spawn while I'm up here working, then we're going to have some real safety issues. That's why I hesitate to go caving until I have at least a little bit of armor, maybe a shield. A bow would be beautiful, but I won't hold up caving just for the bow. But I do want to. Oh, see, here's our problem. Yep, already here. Okay, I've got something for that. Hang tight. We'll do this Stone Warden style. Something else I like to put strategically around the world are infinite water sources. So the way that works is basically like this. If if you have a water bucket, you can place this. Now this block here is a water source, and water will flow out. There are certain rules about how that works, but once that water source is there, you can pick it back up with the bucket, no worries. All right, but that's only one. So if you take it, it goes away. Now, what we can do is I can create, and we can put an oak sign there. Any sign will do. Put a water bucket there. Now that water source is going to flow that way. Now you can't pick up, whoops, you cannot pick up water that's not a source block, okay? But what we can do is go get another source block. Okay, so what you can do is once you have one water source on that side, skip a block in the middle, and then add another water source to the other side. And basically what happens there is this water source and this water source feed and meet in the middle, which creates a water source. And so basically that turns into an infinite water source, right? So I can place it, pick it up, I can go place the water, and then pick up another one here as well. So what I'm gonna do against my better judgment is do the old water trick to get in and out of this cave for the moment. So hopefully my run back over to the village helped to despawn some of the mobs that were hanging around down here, but who knows, man, who knows. So what I'm gonna do is run through here, light up as much of this cave as possible without dying, although this is hugely dangerous. Yeah, there's a zombie already. Be careful, there's a creeper. Alright, we gotta go. So light won't do anything for mobs that are already existing in the world. They will prevent spawns in the future. Yeah. Oh, look, they're coming from down there. Oh, check that out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so you have to be really careful. Always watch your back, because you never know where they could come from, spawn, and wander out of. And so, you know, that little area right there is probably where they're coming from. Another good defensive maneuver is to tower up. If you get a few blocks away, they can't hit you. So All right, so I'm gonna run through here, light up this sort of top level, if you want to call it that. This is that hole back over near the base. Yeah, we are currently right under the base, right under our camp, and right under the mine is where this is. Spiders in a cave are very aggressive. Creepers will come after you. Watch your back. Combat is interesting in this game. It some people say it needs an upgrade or an update, and that may be coming. As it is currently, especially in Java, as it is currently in Java, you gotta be careful with gravel. Gravel will fall, and even okay, so with this gravel here, it has these little particles falling down. Once one is broken, all of the connecting blocks will fall. Okay, so for example, if one of these were broken, this might fall out from under you. So you never want to stand on gravel, especially a block of gravel when you're when you're mining it out, because it could have easily dumped us down there with whatever is down in this little part of the cave. We continue to light this up. Do a little bit of running, a little bit of lighting, a little bit of fighting, kind of a mixture. So, yeah, that's one way to do it. It's just to jump down in the hole, light up as much of it as you can. If we died, at least we know where our stuff is. But yeah, everything down here is going to try to kill us. So I'll do this often where I'll hit a cave, just do sort of a lighting run through. I won't get anything. I won't get any stone, ores, any of this other stuff, because if you're watching this, you're like, oh, there's some coal, there's some iron, there's some other great stuff, there's some lava, and yada yada. But no, I'm just right now trying to stay alive and moving quickly. So again, did not intend to go caving, did not really want to go caving, didn't feel good about it, but we did it anyway. I was gonna dig a mine straight down through here and keep on going, but there's a huge cave here, which is good, because when you come across a cave like this, there's going to be a ton of it already exposed ores. Combat, as it stands currently, is a little bit of an art form. It's something that you really have to hit them in there's a small space where you can hit the mob, but it can't quite hit you, and that gap closes quickly. But that's where you want to stay, is you got a little bit longer reach than them, is to pop them right before they can get to you. Best advice I can give you. Yeah, I don't see any more exposed iron, so I guess we'll have to settle for 6. Not the best. Alright, so what I'm going to do in between episodes is build a staircase that comes, down from our mine entrance, which is right there, and comes all the way down and into this wall, and then continues in the downward direction towards our mine. We will almost assuredly run into more caves, but yeah, in between episodes, I'm going to build a staircase that comes all the way down. That way there's no more water, swimming, jumping up and down, all that crazy stuff. We just go down some stairs. Also, in between episodes, I may continue caving a little bit that way, just to see what I can see. I might even stream that on Twitch so that you can follow along with me if you'd like. But I definitely want to continue on with the mine setup. I'm going to farm some more wood and continue to dig out some of these blocks. And once I've done all of that, we'll have enough for our starter house, right? Which is sort of the goal. So today we got 6 iron. Not great, not terrible. It's one of those things that you're never really sure what you're going to get. But we set up the mine entrance, which I'm absolutely in love with, right? Looks authentic. We got some stuff going on there. Maybe we'll make it look a little bit nicer in between episodes as well. But yeah, we got the mine set up and gonna do some farming. And in the next episode, what we're gonna do is take all these resources and build our first house of the world. So that's very, very, very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. Listen, can't thank you enough for being here. Can't thank you enough for being along on the ride. I'm having fun. I'm very excited about it. Look at that. Just look at that. It's a mine. Let's go get some cool stuff out of the mine. So absolutely, it was a great episode. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Very excited about the series. Very excited about the world. Very excited about what we're going to be able to pull out of that mountain, the treasures untold that we're going to be able to find in that thing. So thank you again for hanging with me through episode 2. Can't wait to see you again in episode 3 here in just a few days. We'll check you later. See ya!